and you just listen to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry. Thank you very much for our journalist was the Ijo country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He went to several schools. His major academic genesis was at Government College in Delhi. And
go gather, destroy their food. Make situated camp and that other camp, no compensate everybody.
Sometimes. Today our focus will be on the style of J.P. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his point Akmo dancing.
Some lives are meaningful, some are empty. There are lives that are meaningful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. After some of these earthly adventures and more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary life.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.
And here is the entrance to the snail pen of the African Center for Community and Development. As snails are climbers, you can see that a lot of them slept on the door the previous night. And the other door, mesmerizing nature, which can be used as an instrument to alleviate poverty and to enhance the dietary preferences of many people in sub-Saharan Africa and the world. And the snails are being fed by the animal keeper at the African Center of Community and Development, Valentine. It is his routine to take care of them, as well as to take care of chicken and goats. Sometimes the difficulty of vulgarizing knowledge about this kind of species is founded on the premise that many donor institutions actually don't work with the right institutions or individuals in the peripheral regions, if we may permit the word, and therefore many projects do not reach the targeted beneficiaries, hence the fail. Valentine, between sweet potatoes and Irish potatoes, which ones do you think the snails like best?
The snails, they eat sweet potatoes and eat Irish potatoes. The one that they like most is the sweet potatoes. For the sweet potatoes, they can eat it together with the peels. But for the Irish potatoes, they eat and they don't eat the peels. So the sweet potato is more preferable than the Irish potatoes.
Okay. So are your snails healthy?
Yes. They are very healthy. As you can see, they are happy, they are moving. Because they have enough food and it's their favorite food. That's the sweet potatoes. That's why you can see that they are very happy. They are healthy.
And the African Center for Community and Development has now been planting some potatoes to help to feed them. How are the potatoes doing?
They are doing well. They are planted in bags and they are growing. They are not doing well. They are spreading wide along the periphery. They are in good condition.
And these are the potatoes that have been planted in bags. They were planted a couple of days back. Now they've germinated and sprouted into healthy plants. And in this bag you can see this one's coming up. There are many leaves show they are very healthy. The soil is very rich, and here the blooming has taken full effect and the plant is trying to spread, and by the time it gets down it is likely that it's going to spread it even further, and we shall be able to harvest potatoes from these bags as well as on the ground. Our intention is to be able to have food to feed the snails, that we don't need to acquire potatoes from any other source. This can also be done by families that are living in areas where land is expensive, or in urban areas where they are only renting and do not have space for gardens. You can see how green and rich the potatoes is in a bag, and imagine that it is not losing out on those that have been planted on the soil directly. Here is a sample of a bag in which potatoes is planted. You can see that in the soil are grains of goat dung taken from the African Center for Community and Development. They act as organic manure, and it also heightens our advocacy for local farmers to use low external inputs which are less costly in order to develop their farming mechanisms. Affordable farming is very vital in order to keep the farmer out of debt, because if the inputs are expensive, many farmers find themselves borrowing in order to plant, and with climate variability it is very difficult for them to be able to make money for what they have put in from the few crops that they harvest. And over there, elephant grass is now blooming in a bag. This species, considered as invasive species by many, is now being proven to grow in bags at the African Center for Community and Development, in order that we can harvest it also to feed goats, especially when fodder is scarce. They were planted a couple of weeks ago with their roots, and they are now doing very well in the bags, and we are hoping that soon we will be harvesting them and feeding the goats, especially when there is scarcity. Arrey Ivo for people, places and events, and the African Center for Community and Development. Thank you very much for watching.
And you just listen to a young girl who was saying that the Nigerian community here is totally very angry.
Thank you very much for
Our airline airport, the Ijo country of the Niger Delta of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Going to several schools to make your academic education as government college to Delhi. And
Go gather, destroy their food. Make security camp. And that other camp, don't go camp. You don't compensate everybody. But so we will
generation sometimes. Today I'm focusing on the style of J.C. Clark, a poet and writer, and we shall also be very interested in his point Akmo dancing.
Some lives are meaningful, some are empty. Lives that are meaningful, with too much meaning and riches to offer humankind. Long after some of these earthly adventures and no more, one can still find footprints of these great lives on the pavements of our contemporary life.
Good evening, you're welcome to the program Green Planet.